everyone. Today I wanted to hop on here and talk about 6 of the most inflammatory foods that can cause weight gain and many other issues. So number 1 is gluten. So gluten is a protein that's found in many grains such as wheat, barley, rye, and spelt. And it can be quite problematic for many people, and you may not be aware of it. One of the best ways to know whether you're sensitive to gluten is to cut it out for about 6 weeks and then reintroduce it back in and see how you feel. Gluten can cause not only inflammation in the body, but it can cause digestive issues. It can cause brain-related issues. It can cause issues with the thyroid. It can cause skin-related issues, things like eczema. It can cause autoimmune-related issues. So it can cause so many different issues in the body, and we don't always correlate it to those issues because we think that it'll only cause digestive-related issues. But really, one of the main things that gluten affects is the brain. And so, one of the low-hanging fruits that I recommend to many clients if they're suffering from any kind of pain or inflammation is to cut out gluten in their diet. It's such an easy intervention to implement into your day-to-day, and it's something that's really common these days. So number 1 is gluten. Number 2 is dairy. Dairy is also super inflammatory to many people. Dairy can cause a lot of inflammation in the body, and many people, once again, are sensitive to dairy and they just don't know it until they cut it out. So once again, I recommend cutting it out for about 6 weeks and then reintroducing it back and seeing how you feel. Number 3 is sugar. Sugar is extremely inflammatory. It's going to raise your blood sugars. It's going to cause something called insulin resistance, which is then going to further lead to things like diabetes, inflammation throughout the body, and so many other issues. So, sugar is a topic that I can talk about for days and days, but, it's one of the most inflammatory foods, and it's hard to find a packaged food that doesn't contain sugar. So my best advice to you is to really stick to foods that are whole food in nature, that are not found in packages. So things like healthy proteins, nuts, seeds, fruits, vegetables, all of these things are going to be whole foods and are not going to have sugar as an ingredient listed on the package because they don't come in packages. Number 4 is refined carbohydrates and processed meats. So refined carbohydrates are things like cereals, breads, pastas. All of these things are going to raise your blood sugar. And when your blood sugar raises, it is going to raise a hormone called cortisol, which is then going to create some inflammation in the body. So really want to avoid processed carbohydrates and meats as well, because they're going to cause a lot of inflammation in the body. Number 5 is excessive alcohol. So excessive alcohol can be quite problematic as well and cause a lot of inflammation in the body. So that's something that I recommend avoiding as well if you suffer from a lot of inflammation. And then number 6, something that once again is commonly overlooked are industrial seed oils. So those are things like vegetable oils, canola oil. All of these oils are industrialized oils. They don't occur naturally in nature. They're processed and they're very high in omega-6 fats and many other inflammatory fats, which is why they cause a lot of systemic inflammation in the body. So that's another one that I really recommend avoiding. Another example of some industrial seed oils are going to be your corn oils, soybean oils. All of those oils are extremely inflammatory and really would need to be avoided in the diet if you want to bring down inflammation and weight. So once again, to recap, the 6 foods are gluten, dairy, sugar, refined carbohydrates and processed meats, excessive alcohol, and industrial seed oils. So let me know if you experience any benefit with cutting out some of these foods. Comment below. I'd love to hear your feedback. Thanks everyone. Have a great day. Bye for now.